This podcast from News Talk WHCU is sponsored by Brightworks Computer Consulting. Call 277-8585. Is there anything we won't do for our beloved cats and dogs? Of course, the answer is no, but what if it included getting yourself well as well? Well, there's an interesting twist. For more on this, our guest this morning is Tara Lambert from the Nutritional Wellness Center, online at nutritionalwellnesscenter.com, and you'll find them at 520 West Green Street. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Lee. How are you?
Well, would you like to share any embarrassing stories about your beloved companion animals this morning?
Well, I've got plenty of embarrassing stories, but actually I'd love to share that my animal companion, my kitty of 15 years, I actually just needed to put her down a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, Tara, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she was my best friend, and, as you can imagine, just like a family member, it was very upsetting.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. But you had a good run.
Absolutely. A very good run. She was very healthy the entire time. And actually, I got her in Ecuador off the street. So that's why this, protecting animals is so important to me.
You brought home an Ecuadorian cat?
I had an Ecuadorian cat. I brought her through customs. I brought her into the country. She had to have paperwork and everything.
So they have to go through quarantine for that, don't they?
Well, she didn't, thank God, because she had all of her shots and I had all the paperwork. So I was really, I was concerned about that when I came in. But thankfully, they just let me carry her through the airport. Terrified.
I imagine. I've taken my cat on many of plane rides, and we have had to split our medicine when we go on plane rides. She gets half, and I get the other half. So Tara,
I can understand.
The nutritional. I remember I took my cat on a plane one time, and it was on a carrier, so we'd put her under the car or under the seat. But I took her into a family bathroom so she could get out and walk. and she got loose in the family bathroom, and I was trying to get her some water in the sink. Unfortunately, it had one of those automated soap dispensers that if you put your hand under it, it would drop soap on it. So she got right underneath it and just got doused in soap. She's all doped up to heck. I'm not feeling very well either. Yeah, what we wouldn't do for our cats and dogs, which brings us back to our Nutritional Wellness Center at 520 West Green Street. What are you doing for our companion family members, Tara?
Well, as part of missing my kitty, and then also this is actually the third or fourth time that we've done a fundraiser for the local SPCA. Everyone in my office just loves animals, and we're always looking for ways to contribute to the community. So every once in a while, we do a fundraiser. And it's really cool because it's a win-win. Oh. What we do is all you got to do is give us a call, make an initial visit, and our initial visits are usually $120, and we discount it all the way to $20.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a major discount. So you just have to come up with $20 and, of course, have an interest in wanting to improve your health. And we donate 100% of that. So the entire $20 goes to the SPCA, and we are trying to reach $1,000 this time. We've actually, over the years, we've been able to raise over $3,000.
Way to go, Tara, and thank you, because our SPCA is proudly no-kill and has set the standard for, if not the rest of the nation, the rest of the world. And you can call the Nutritional Wellness Center and make your appointment today at 277-1964. That's 277-1964. And for folks who make this appointment and get $100 off, with all the proceeds going to the SPCA of Tompkins County, what do they get in return, Tara?
Well, it's pretty amazing. So it's going to be 3 hours of our time and your time.
Whoa!
But it's a big deal. It's really great information that you're going to get. So it's split into two appointments. The first appointment is the initial visit. And at the initial visit, we're going to do a complete assessment of your health. So you're going to give us your history. We're going to do various tests. One is called a symptom survey. It's over 200 questions that you tell us about your health. And then we do what we call the stress test. It's literally enables us to look at your nervous system and see how much stress your physical body is experiencing. And then that gives us your cellular age as opposed to your chronological age, and that can be pretty surprising.
Wait, you mean how old your cells are versus how old you've been on this mortal coil?
That's exactly right.
How can my cells be older than me?
It's pretty shocking. Most people come in about 20, 30, 40 years older cellularly than they are chronologically. And the great thing, the important thing to remember when people see that is that you can age in reverse. Like, for instance, mine says I'm 42. Mine says that I'm about 15 years old.
What?
But I've been doing this for 14 years, going on 14 years.
So you've been, rolling back the clock on your health for the last 14 years.
That's right. And I was a very sick person. Like, I mean, I spent my entire life struggling with all kinds of health problems to the point that I was diagnosed with lupus and rheumatoid arthritis and
You're not that
celiac
old.
disease.
You're not that old.
No, and I've reversed all of those. Like, all of those to me were misdiagnoses because I don't have them anymore.
So there is no lupus diagnosis. There is no
Not for
celiac
me.
disease diagnosis. And your
Yeah.
cells are 15 years old. They couldn't even have an alcoholic beverage right now.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, think
They
twice.
couldn't even drive.
Well, they got their learner's permit, but they're going to need some help. Tara Lambert from the Nutritional Wellness Center, with your opportunity to support our SPCA of Tompkins County just for going in for an initial visit with the Nutritional Wellness Center, for which they'll knock $100 off and send all the proceeds straight to our SPCA of Tompkins County. So, but it would be, and I'm not very healthy either. I try to stay, I try to keep it so I don't have to buy new pants, and that's really my baseline for health. So I don't want my waistline to grow, but other than that, I give or take it. So who are you looking for to walk into the Nutritional Wellness Center? People who are already taking steps to get better? People who are, like you, unhealthy to begin with? Who is the ideal client for the Nutritional Wellness Center, Tara?
Well, literally all the above.
Really?
And, yeah, there's a couple of ways to answer that. So one is the target client, the client who is most attracted to us and we are able to help the most, is usually a woman somewhere between 30 and 60 who is starting to see it. They don't have to have diagnoses. They're just starting to struggle with their body. And the reason why that audience or that group comes to us the most is because women of that age are juggling a lot. You know, most of them have full-time jobs, at least part-time jobs. Most of them are mothers. Most of them are wives. And even if those don't apply, all of us, especially in that age group, like myself, I don't have children, but I work around the clock. We push our bodies like crazy. And it's around that age that we start seeing symptoms and we start seeing the results of pushing our bodies, and we don't feel the way that we used to. Now, having said that, I just want to add on there, I always joke, but it's true, is that we work with in utero, so before a person's born, all the way until their 90s or 100. Our oldest client right now is 94, and she's in perfect health, and she attributes that to us to a large degree.
So
she's been a client for a long time.
Tara, if I were to say, if you're feeling about 94 years old this morning...
Perfect.
Because you certainly can feel that way. Nutritional Wellness Center will get you started on the right footing. But and I have sensed a theme in this election season, which, you know, by my job I have to cover, Tara Lambert, and that is people insisting on change while resisting the change within themselves. What sort of over the last 14 years, what sort of changes have you had to make to your lifestyle to be as healthy as you are today?
Well, over the course of 14 years, quite a lot. And that's actually such a great question, because I'll tell you the number one reason people hesitate to come in and call us is they're afraid of change.
Yeah.
Everyone, and myself included, you know, when I started this. And everyone, the first thing they say to me is, don't take away my favorite food, whether it be coffee or donuts or cereal. It doesn't matter what it is, or their beer. You know, they're just like, don't take it away from me.
It's
and
my
I
only
always
happiness.
laugh, because that's what people think we're going to do, and we don't. We do it in baby steps. We do gradients. So when you talk about the changes that I've made over 14 years, these are like baby step gradients that I've made over the course of 14 years that I would never expect somebody to make in the course of 6 months or a year. And I tell my clients, is like, look, we're going to make these small incremental steps so easy for you. And they get to decide what they are, by the way. We don't decide for them.
Okay.
And so let's pretend that you ate 100 cookies a week.
Wait, you don't have to pretend, Tara.
So I know you don't, Lee, but let's pretend that you do.
Okay. Let's say in theory I don't, then. What happens next?
Well, let's say that you ate 100 cookies a week and you showed that on your food journal. Then I would ask you, I'd say, okay, let's work on your cookies. How many do you think you could bring that down to this next week? And if you said 95, I'd say, okay, great, let's do 95.
Oh, wow.
And we just make those changes through the diet while we're repairing the body through whole food nutritional supplements and other lifestyle changes. And over the course of a year, a person looks back and they're eating completely differently, living completely differently, and they have brand new bodies, but it was painless.
How old did you say you were?
Well, my chronological years is 42.
And your
my cellular years is 15.
Wow. Well, happy junior year of high school, Tara Lambert. Nutritional
Thank you.
Wellness Center is giving back to our SPCA of Tompkins County, and they want you to walk through the door and find out what they can take you through in order to be a healthier you. And it's just baby steps. It is very pragmatic approach, and you can get started today by giving them a call for an appointment with all the proceeds going to the SPCA of Tompkins County. That's 277-1964. They'll knock $100 off just to get you started. 277-1964, online at nutritionalwellnesscenter.com, and you'll find them with their doors open today at 520 West Green Street. Tara Lambert, thank you so much for giving back into our community, and I look forward to finding out how young you can get my cells to be.
Awesome, Lee. Thanks so much for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
I feel 94.
Okay, you need to come see us.
Yes, it's urgent. Thank you.